What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to part number 2 of our live Pokemon Showdown UU session. In the last part, we had a victory. It was a good time. I explained the team in detail, as I always do. The intro was always way too long in those first episodes. But if you want to know exactly what we're running, you can feel free to consult that part before we continue today. And just as we're getting started in this episode, just a friendly little reminder that if you haven't done so already and you would like to show your support to the channel, the series, or what have you, you can do so by clicking the thumbs up button right below this video. You can leave your thoughts in the comment section below as well. I always try to take at least one suggestion from you guys on each team, each little session. Regardless of whether it's Battle Spot or just a Wi-Fi battle or Showdown sessions. People have been asking me forever to use the Boom Burst Swellow, so I decided to give it a go, and that is the suggested Pokemon for this team. And that is really all I have to say. So we've been doing so well, pretty good so far. I don't know what I tried to say at the beginning of that sentence, so well. We haven't really been doing so well. We had one match. Anyway, let's just get into a battle and forget everything I just said. Alright, we got Metagross, Darmanitan, Suicune, oh, it's going to be Crocoon, I wanted to call that Scraggy, but it's Scrafty, Nidoking, and Shaman. Darmanitan, I guess, would be the lead, or maybe, I don't know what else he would lead with, maybe Nidoking? It's not a typical common lead, though, I guess it depends. He is going to lead off with the Darmanitan, which is probably Scarf, so we probably don't want to stay in here. It's probably what it is. He's either going to U-turn or Flare Blitz. Either or is fine. Boris can take both of those pretty easily, so I'll just switch him in. As he does go for the Flare Blitz, he gets a critical hit, but it still only does 40%. And after lefties, that's not too bad. We should be able to set up Stealth Rocks here. I don't think he's going to stay in and continually Flare Blitz on a Rhyperior. And the reason I want to get Rocks up is for that Darmanitan coming back in. The rest of his team really doesn't take that much damage. I don't think he has a Focus Sash user looking at this team. But of course, now we have Suicune out here. And now this is a Pokemon that immediately when I see it on a team, every single time, I consider just exiting out of the battle. It's that awful to go up against, and every person runs the exact same set. It's always Crocoon, Calm Mind, Sleep Talk, Rest, Scald. Now, if you want to counter it, because it is very common in UU, you can just bring something like Toxicroak that has the Dry Skin ability, because its only attacking move is Scald, obviously, so it can't even touch you. You can just come in and set up Swords Dances all over the place and eventually kill it, or, you know, do a lot of damage to the rest of the team. But if you don't have something like that, which this team does not, it's a problem. And he's still setting up Calm Minds, even though I just showed off Haze. Why? I don't understand. That's really just something that gets on my nerves. First of all, the fact that you're even running Crocoon is enough, but, oh, we get a critical hit. Whoa. Oh, we have a chance to possibly take this thing out here. That's pretty cool. You kind of deserve that. I mean, part of me feels a little bit bad because he's setting up Calm Minds, and then he just gets critted the very next turn, but you're running Crocoon, and the way you're running it, where you're still setting up Calm Minds, even in the face of a Haze user, is just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, he has lefties. Hopefully Boom Burst can take it out. Hopefully. It should be able to. I know he's at +1, but should be able to. Yep, and Suicune just goes down to a Boom Burst. That is a beautiful thing. Crocoon not giving us any trouble, thanks to the critical hit. But you know what? I will take it. So, the Hacks Gods, wherever you are out there, thank you for blessing me in this particular instance. I'd be fine if I immediately get critted right after this. It would be a worthy trade. Out comes Metagross. I don't know what you're going to be running. Assault Vest, maybe? Assault Vest is a thing. So I'll go into Fluffy. Oh, what is this? Mega Metagross is legal in UU? I thought it was only OU. That is mind-boggling. And I don't like that. I mean, it didn't do as much as I figured it would. I mean, it only did 47%, and that's a Mega Metagross. But still, we're going to get a T-Wave off. I was hoping to paralyze that Mega Metagross and slow it down, because it does gain a lot of speed when it Mega Evolves. But he switches into Scrafty here. So that is unfortunate. We should be able to U-turn out. That is not okay. Another critical hit. Why are you running Mega Metagross in UU? Why? Why is that legal in UU? That is the question. That is the main underlying question, is that thing does not belong in UU, and that was not a question, but I don't even care. We'll go with Squidzy here. I know we are vulnerable to knockoffs and such as he starts to bulk up. Does everything on this team have a setup move? Is that what's happening? I'm gonna haze you. You have to know that's coming, but he probably won't switch out. No, he will switch out. Okay, that was a good play. Out comes Nidoking, which is a little bit risky. What if I decided to just go for damage and go for a Scald? That could have been disastrous. At this point, looking at the rest of his team, Eelia is not going to be very useful, especially with that Suicune gone. It can't really do much to anything. As he gets a critical hit, T-Bolt. The critical hits have been flying left and right in this match. Kind of crazy. We've had, what, 12 turns, 3 critical hits, something like that. We can't do a lot to Nidoking, unfortunately. We just can't. But I'm basically sacrificing Eelia as he decides to go for a Sludge Bomb. Gets another critical hit. That was meaningless, I believe. I mean, I feel like Sludge Bomb would have done at least 37%. Kind of curious why you're not running Sludge Wave for the extra power with the Sheer Force. I know it's only a 5% or 5 base power difference, but every little bit counts, I guess. It's not like you're having a higher chance to poison because Sheer Force eliminates that. But we can go in with Swellow here, good old Tweet, and just fire off a Boom Burst as he switches in Metagross. And it takes 34%. That's not bad for a resisted hit on a Mega Metagross. Are you kidding me? I will take that. And after that hit, he can't switch in on a Boom Burst again without being KO'd. So that's actually great for us. I'll go into Squidzy here to take the Ice Punch or Meteor Mash or whatever he was planning on going for. Ended up being Ice Punch. Only did about 15%. And we can pretty easily Scald here, I would think. Or we can attempt to go into Fluffy to try to paralyze this. And that's what I'll do as he goes for the Zen Headbutt. Figured that would be coming. Because, you know, an extra stab in Zen Headbutt is preferable. Now, he's probably going to go for Meteor Mash here. Or switch, and he does opt to switch into the Scrafty, so Dragon Tail works out very well for us. We get to rack up some Stealth Rock damage, not much, but it's, you know, every little bit counts, of course. And now we can U-turn, because I don't think Shaman has anything for me. He probably has HP Fire, Air Slash, Seed Flare, and I don't know what other move these typically carry. He's Life Orb, and U-turn, that doesn't do that much, but we're defensive, so we can't expect too much. That's still a nice chunk of damage. So with Stealth Rocks, Life Orb, and the U-turn, that brings them down below 50%. We can go in with Tweet here, and we can Boom Burst again. This Swellow is putting in so much work. I have an inkling that this is going to be the MVP of the entire session, which it's a little bit early to call in episode 2, but you know what? It's put in so much work. Takes out Shaman, and he really had to sacrifice it there. He had to sacrifice something. Because Mega Metagross was not going to switch in. That just was not going to happen. Because we saw how much it did. It did like 30-something%. Obviously, that would be a 2-hit KO. Bullet Punch is not going to one-shot if he even carries it. We've seen Meteor Mash, Ice Punch, and Zen Headbutt so far. I would think that the other move would be Bullet Punch, but I'm not sure. This puts me in a little bit of a pickle, though, because I don't think Fluffy can take 2 hits. We could sacrifice him and then switch in Chimpino to finish it off with a Flare Blitz. That has potential. He does go for the Meteor Mash, and poor Fluffy cannot take that. It was a good effort. It was definitely a good effort. Let's see here. We could switch in Boris, because with Solid Rock and our very high physical defense, I think we can take a Meteor Mash. I would think. I would hope. I don't know. Is that worth it? Is that really worth it? Or do we try to go in with Chimpino? The question, the thing that gets me is, I think he might actually just be faster. I really don't. I don't know what his base speed is. That's the downside. It's around 100, but I don't know exactly what it is. I need to study up. I wasn't expecting to go up against a Mega Metagross. He goes for the Meteor Mash as we bring in Boris, and we're able to EQ, and that does take him out. We may see a forfeit here. Yep, there's the forfeit. I called it. I called it. Of course, you bring a Mega Metagross and Crocoon. As soon as those two go down, you might as well forfeit, right? Oh, sometimes I love people on the Showdown ladder. So funny. Alright, so we get another victory, and that's going to do it for this part. We still have, let's see, 3 parts left, because we always do 5 parts in these sessions. I don't know why, it just seems like a nice number. Anyway, that's going to be it for this time, so I hope you guys enjoyed this part. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like rating or a comment, or whatever you would like to do, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.